A top 10 showdown early in the season, a measuring stick game, and one that both of these teams hope will propel them to bigger and better things. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Looking for a crease. It's Ben. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He might want another play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Terrible way to start this game if you're on offense. You've given up 2 straight negative plays. You ran the ball on 1st down for negative yards, and then you take a sack now on 2nd down. That tells me this offensive line has got to wake up. You knew this was physically going to be a challenge, but you've got to get ready to go, and you've got to fire off the ball because going backwards ain't going to get it done.
At the 35-yard line. Now, a 4th down.
They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. They'll try to sneak it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Under fire. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Walker will fire. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And I'm really impressed with the start by this defense, like getting to the quarterback early and often. First drive, already have 2 sacks. That's a good sign for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down.
You got to love that on defense. One of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Just barely enough to tuck it into that right corner. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it, be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Wants to fire on second down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Didn't find much room on the return, but now they are in business and poised to strike from the 25. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back games. This guy's notched a sack, starting to be a problem. A guy that's diagnosing passes, rushing the passer really, really well. This defense could use this guy's production consistently.
It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Good timing on the quick out. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And he's chased out of bounds at the 6-yard line, and they'll try to stick it in from there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. The give. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive. On the ground, it's Ben. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to fire. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
It'll be 3rd and long. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Looking for a huge play. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Taking it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger. That is swagger well-earned after that.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud. You can be like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
Well, that's the 2nd pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I love the defense right now and the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts. I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the field, making plays. Listen, you're supposed to see the quarterback break on the football. You've seen several breaks on the football. Your job is to know what the offense does really, really well, and you can tell this defense is dialed in, and they know exactly what this offense wants to accomplish.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give to the tailback. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Walker to throw. Time to take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Quick completion on the out route. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. The run from the shotgun. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around, here recently, a lot of success, too.
Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Touchdown, Wolverine! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
And the point after is good. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Unloads to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. So the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
And guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows one or two more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the third quarter.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to... zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the big house. Pulls it in, it's Knight. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
with jet sweep pass. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Well, you saw that broken tackle, David. This defense has to do a real good job with gang tackling to stop this guy today.
You cannot assume one guy's going to get him to the ground. Everybody's got to swarm to the football, all eyes on him, and play physically.
Crosses the 45. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
When the running back gets going and gets a head of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
He'll pull it on the read. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. You just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Extending the play. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Finds the tight end. Finds a crease at the 20. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And after that strong play on 1st down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Walker will fire. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asked to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Misses again, it's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
Corrals it at the 45. And the returner will be knocked down. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Going right to work up top. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Forced out of the pocket. Blasted as he lets it go. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Well, watching this DB on film, I just love his ability to break on the ball. And I think he was anticipating on 3rd and long that time, the offense throwing it right around the sticks. So he was able to drive on the football and secure that interception.
Hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll try the run. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half. They love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Timeout by the defense as they're trying to ice this kicker. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And it's right down the boulevard. They double their lead up to 6 here in the 3rd quarter. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes. This is a gamble. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for bounce. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Bring in the heat. He stopped at the 15. Not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team.
Really, really nice play, and I love bringing speed on the field. The more dime packages, the better on those 3rd down situations. Now I got faster guys chasing in the back end with the receivers, and when the QB scrambles outside the pocket, I got a DB now going to try to get that QB. Makes all the difference in the world.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. The give to the back. zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. And he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything in.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Baylor has the lead right now, but even though we've heard sick 'em a bunch, this has been a nip-and-tuck affair inside McLean Stadium. They're up by 13 over Eastern Michigan. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Walker to throw. Working that left side now. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such elite playmakers usually, just such speed. And listen, when you're a defense, speed kills. And LSU, no matter who plays quarterback, they always got dudes that can fly out wide that absolutely scare you.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Catch in the middle. It's Darnold. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. They'll go for it. On fourth down, going to the air. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And guys, after the miss, the lead is still 1.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Walker will fire. Skips away from pressure. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And there he is again, another sack, channeling his inner Aiden Hutchinson against Penn State.
And that is high praise when you start comparing somebody to Aiden Hutchinson. Michigan, year after year, they find these dudes, man. The guys that will get after the quarterback. Hey, let's go, big fella. Let's go for that record.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's going for it all. Makes the catch on the left. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. Got a man. It's done. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Now from inside the red zone. Trying to set up the screen. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. The quick out. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He's got it. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Well, I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Walker to throw. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
We just need better execution on offense right now. Not able to get it done on 1st down, and now they give up the sack. If you're the head coach right now, you might want to think about a timeout. Make sure your guys have their minds right.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Here's the pressure. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
And nowadays, you're not always going to get these quarterbacks on the ground because they're so athletic. But nice job getting the sack, let him out of the pocket there, but now forcing the fourth down, and it's decision time for this offense.
Right down the boulevard. And now they take the lead.
Big-time kick right there, man. Fourth quarter, clutch time. You needed to come through to take the lead, and now the pressure goes to the defense. You got to keep this lead. Got to get a stop or two more, and you can get the dub in this football game.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Rushes on him, and he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Finds his man, and it's Wilkins. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
At the 30. Now, 4th down.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's loose on the right. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
And that was one of those gotta happen. I mean, it's a fourth quarter, 4th down. We got to get some points. Palmer, they needed that one.
Yeah, all routes have to be run at the right depth, and the ball's got to come out at the right time. Nice job there by the quarterback, working through his progression, finding the open man, and keeping this drive alive.
Of course, it was the quarterback. I thought it was the receiver, but whatever.
Takes the handoff. It's Ben.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Touchdown, Michigan! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
This team right now showing you why they were the higher-ranked team coming into this game. Yeah, they were sleepwalking a little bit earlier. They knew coming in, David, they were going to be facing a really good opponent. Good teams don't quit, and they've come all the way back now to take the lead. And they had a pretty big deficit not that long ago.
And this is a good team they're playing. They're showing they're one of the better teams in the country. I mean, to battle back from several touchdowns down, like not to blink, not to bat an eye, not to quit, they're proving why they're a great team.
And here he comes out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Throws to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And that's an incompletion, and really poor accuracy by the quarterback there. When you're throwing the ball down the field, you don't need to make it perfect, but you do got to put it somewhere around your receiver. You got to give him an opportunity to go up and make a play for him.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down.
you're going to win games, you've got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
Down to possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. So here comes the Michigan offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Like, late in the game, you got to trust your guy. I'm interested to see what they do here on third down coming up. Let's call it third and interesting, right? Top clock ticking down. Do I trust my QB to throw the football? I got the lead. I want that clock to continue to roll.
Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. They'll go to the ground. Really nice run. Rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Just drives it between the uprights. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Phyllis, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. The Red Hawks of Miami are just steamrolling their way to victory. No way the experts saw this coming. A lead that just keeps growing and growing. They're up by 24 over Northern Illinois. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. He hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there.
He's going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. They're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. At that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on fourth down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. after the misfire. It's third down. Got it, looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Wolverines moving quickly to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Now it's third and goal. They'll try to power it in. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Ready, fight. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.